Hey everybody, it's Michael here from Replica Airguns with a preview video, and today we're going to be looking at two ASG, basically sniper rifles. They're airsoft sniper rifles, two very different sniper rifles. One is more of almost like a shotgun, one's more of a traditional bolt action, and then we have an Umarex product. It is not a break barrel pellet rifle, but a CO2 pellet rifle that comes with magazines. So basically it is bolt action. It's not semi-auto, but it is, you don't have to load a pellet in each time. It's got these magazines that comes with it. It takes two CO2s. Kind of cool, unique product. So we'll be taking a look at that. We're not going to get into a lot of details here. I'm just letting you guys know that these products are available. I want to give you just a little heads up, show you some, just briefly around these products. Take a look at the box, open the box up, take a look at what's inside. So we're going to start with the Steyr Scout. Okay, there's not a lot on this box, so I can't really tell you too much. It is a spring bolt action kind of sniper rifle. It's very interesting. I did take a quick look at it. It is a 6mm airsoft rifle. So let's get into it. Probably the hardest part is going to be getting inside with these tabs that you don't want to break, otherwise the box gets all torn up. All right, so we are going to take the manual out because I'll probably need that to get some basic specs for you guys. We do have one magazine. I do have an extra magazine that didn't come with it and a tool. Let's get this out of the box. Okay, so yeah, this is really bulky, so we'll put that over there. All right, so quickly the manual, because that's going to tell us a few things that aren't on the box, hopefully. Let's find out here. Okay, so yeah, so the length is 1,000 millimeters. The weight is almost 3 kilograms. 6mm airsoft. The magazines hold 32 rounds. The material is nylon and metal. It shoots 1.82 joules or 443 FPS or 135 meters per second. Okay, so typical manual is going to have your basic instruction. It does come with this Allen key and this little device here for speed loading, I would imagine. It's just going to help you load it up. Okay, I did get an extra magazine that was sent with it just so that I have two of them, but it does come with one magazine. So this holds the 32 rounds. You can load it up with the speed loader. We'll show you where that goes in a second. Pretty interesting product. You do have pop-up sights, which is kind of nice. So you do have a pop-up sight on the back and on the front, okay? So you don't have to mount a scope or red dot if you don't want to. You're probably gonna wanna mount some sort of maybe a 3-power or 4-power scope. It is a bolt action, okay, rifle. And it does have this, you push this button down on the bottom here, and it allows you to open up like this built-in bipod. So that's really cool. So you got this built-in bipod, which that looks like the forward stock. You do have all these little accessory areas here. So I believe you can add like your extra magazine and put it in there if you want to. I think that'll work. I don't know. Let's see here. Maybe it goes in here a little different. Yeah. So the magazine goes in there like that. And then you can put your secondary magazine in there. There's another sort of area here. I don't really know what it's for, but it's like a fake sort of magazine spot. These are kind of hard to get in. That just sort of covers your internals. You do have a safety in the back here, okay? Okay, it works pretty good. And then you've got your magazine, again, the one that I just stuck in the back here, that goes right here in the front, okay? Holds your 32 rounds. And again, if you want to close this up, you can. Put some sort of a sighting system on there. Up to you what you want to do. Pretty nice. It does look like you've also got a mounting location here for something. I'm not sure, but possibly a mounting location here. It's got some good weight to it. It feels really nice. The barrel, it's got a metal barrel, lots of metal parts in it. It does have some decent weight, 3 kilograms, so that's not too bad. Yeah, pretty cool product. So put that one aside for now. We'll be doing some reviews for all of these products shortly. Okay, what do we have next? We have the ASG T-11 sniper, and I'll go over some of the length is 43 inches. Just depends on which version you have. There's a 34.65 and a 43. What version do we have? So we have, trying to figure out which version we have. Doesn't really say. Okay, I'm not sure even which version this is. Does it say somewhere? Okay, we have the 50281. So we have the shorter version. I believe this is the version with the sort of, well, you'll see it when I show it to you, with the shorter rear stock. And this one, so I'll give you the specs for this one. So 34.65 inches, 3.86 pounds, 6 millimeter, 50 round capacity, shoots 1.4 joules. So the other one actually shoots a little hotter, 1.7. This one will shoot 400 FPS versus 430 for the longer version. So maybe it's a longer barrel as well. I'm not sure, but let's take a look. Again, it's the T-11 sniper. Okay, we got a picture here that shows the two versions. So as I said, I'm really not taking much of a look at this one either. So we have the two versions here. So you can see, hopefully it's focusing. We have the shorter version that's got the sort of sawed-off version. It almost looks like a sawed-off shotgun. Then you have the longer version with the longer barrel and the full-size stock, okay? So that's the difference. Put that over here. So what did we get? We've got this guy here. We've got the rifle itself, and it is a bolt-action rifle, so it's not like a pump-action shotgun. It does have the magazine here. This holds 50 rounds, okay? You have, this looks like some sort of a tactical component there, so if you want to put your hand all the way forward so it doesn't slide off, I would imagine, put it on like that, so it's got some sort of a forward grip. And then you also have this guy here, which is, I did take a quick look at it. It is a tool kit. So it's got all your Allen keys inside. So this looks like the magazine, but in fact, it is not the magazine. It is the, is that how it goes? Yeah. Did I put this in wrong? No, I did put it in wrong. I think it goes this way, yeah. Okay. I guess that's it. It goes like that. It doesn't go in all the way. That's as far as it goes. Okay. So this is your magazine. It sort of sticks out a bit. It looks like what you would almost have like some sort of a, you know, it looks like a shotgun magazine that would hold about 5 rounds. Not too bad. Neat looking gun, although I don't know how this is going to be for shouldering. Again, you've got your safety here, right there, bolt action. Magazine is actually here. You've got mounting points for hardware, obviously. I don't know. Interesting gun. This would be kind of cool. Sling it over your back, maybe as a backup rifle. Probably shoots pretty good. We are going to be testing these guns out in the indoor range, at least at 30 feet out. Is that going to fit like that? No, I got to take this out. So put that there. We are going to be testing them out at the indoor range. We'll just put this one over here. And last but not least, we have a pellet rifle. Very interesting pellet rifle. Now, I've sort of reviewed pistols that are CO2 that have these magazines that are kind of like bolt action, little mini bolts that you would use for pistols. But this is a rifle that actually holds dual CO2, so that's really cool. We'll take a look at the box. So 490 FPS, because that's Canada limitations. So it uses two 12-gram CO2s. You have the 2 magazines included. It's called a silent shot, so it does have what looks like a suppressor, but we're not allowed suppressors in Canada, so I doubt that it is, but they are calling it silent shots, so 9 silent shots. Again, 490 FPS. It says, interesting, it says two 12-gram CO2 or an 88-gram CO2. So you apparently can use either or. That's interesting. I'll have to take a look. It does come with the rotary mags, and again, it's .177 caliber. Okay, so let's take a look. Now it does come with the scope, which is nice. I'm not going to unpack this. I'll do a proper tabletop video and do that later. It does come with whatever this is. Okay, it's got your mounts for your scope. That's important. You need to be able to mount the scope. It does come with, let's get that back in there, 2 of these rotary magazines. They're 9-round magazines. Okay, so 2 of them. And of course, it comes with the gun. Okay, so pretty nice. Very ergonomic, very tactical. So this is, I'm not going to call it a suppressor, but in some way they're qualifying this as a quiet. Oh, I see what they've done here. So you can actually take this whole piece off. It's hard to show, but you can take this whole dual CO2 thing off and put a regular 88 gram on it as well. So that's neat. So, you know, like a lot of times the 88 gram CO2s end up costing a lot more money. So this comes out, I'm not sure how easily it does, but you unscrew it and you can take this piece off. So you probably need, it's on there pretty good though, but it does come off. You probably just have to use maybe some, it would be nice if they had something you could put in there or some sort of threading or some sort of way to grab it, but I don't see any way. So you're probably going to have to use some pliers with, maybe you don't want to scratch it, so maybe with a little bit of rubber around it to get grip, and then unscrew this. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but inside of there, you'd mount your 88 gram CO2 directly to where the tube would mount in. So I would probably just keep the 12 gram CO2 cartridge system on here, because that's going to allow for a lot of shots and keep your CO2 or your pressure up. It's not going to cool down as quickly as a single CO2, and you're going to find it's cheaper in the long run than shooting 88 gram CO2 using those cartridges. And then, the 88 grams, you kind of have to commit to a fairly lengthy shooting time, because the problem is you don't really want to leave CO2 in these guns for too long a length of a time. So, keep that in mind. If you're going to go shooting for a whole day and shoot a lot, then maybe you want to use an 88 gram CO2. But for most people, the 12 gram CO2 is probably going to give you, at least a good 100 or so more shots. Plenty. You have your safety right here. You have your bolt right here. Your magazine goes right in this little slot here. You will need to use the scope. Put the scope on here and sight it in, or put some other sighting system on there if you don't want to use a scope, but why not? Pretty cool product. This will be nice. Don't have to pump it. It's not a bolt action, or it's not a lever, It's not a brake barrel rifle or a pump rifle that you got to pump up every time. Literally just do this, pull the trigger, right? And away you go. So nice gun. I like the look of it. It feels really decent. Not sure about this system on the front. It's a little bit different, but maybe we'll have to see how quiet it really is when I shoot it. They're saying it's quiet, so we'll find out when we get to that portion of the video, or those tabletop videos and those shooting videos. We'll find out how this gun performs, and I'll give you more specifications and details on all of these products as well moving forward. All right, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, our new video location in Vimeo, right? We're not on YouTube anymore, and you can watch that video while we're not on there if you want to. But maybe this is a good thing moving forward with Vimeo. Our future looks a little bit less, less, we don't have more things to be so worried about with what's going on over at YouTube right now. Okay, all right. We do have these products in our Canadian Replica Airgun store. Some of them might be in the US store as well. I'll put links in the description to buy them. And I'll put a link in the description so you can read my written review with probably some additional photos over at the replicaairguns.com website. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.